Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool, and this is your one more session on the chapter Atoms and Molecules. Keeping the previous videos basics in our mind, let us work with the today's concept. Okay, say you can see the information that I listed on one side of the board, isn't it? All elements valency and some polyatomic groups valency I have written, which is very much essential for learning today's concept. Okay, so today we are going to write the most important aspect, that is chemical formulae. Okay, so writing chemical formula. Okay, say the moment I say sodium chloride, how do you write the formula? The moment I say barium chloride, aluminium chloride, sodium sulfate, these are various chemical compounds present in our nature, and if you want to write them with their formula, you must know certain logic. So the logic behind writing chemical formulae we are learning now. Okay, and usually this particular method of writing chemical formulae is called as criss-cross method. We are following criss-cross method to write the chemical formula. Okay, and to write a chemical formula, this is what the basic you must understand very clearly. Okay, so you must understand what element has what valency and which group has which charge or valency. Okay, without this idea you cannot able to write chemical formulae. So my suggestion is to carefully remember and understand the previous video that I taught you. Okay, fine. Say, let us take an example of writing a formula for a very simple compound called sodium chloride. Later we will go for many more examples. Okay, so here I take sodium chloride. Okay, so how to write a chemical formula? You have to write a chemical formula with the help of symbols of the elements present in a compound. Okay, say the moment we read the name sodium chloride, it is understood that there are two elements present in this. One is sodium element is present. The other element that you can observe is chlorine. Okay, the name is chloride. Okay, why chlorine has written as chloride, I'll tell you little later. Okay, first let us finish off writing the formula. Fine. So you have to write the formula in 3 steps. Step number 1, mention the symbols. Okay, mention symbols of an elements. Okay, fine. So what are the 2 elements present? I said one is sodium. What is the symbol, guys? Na. The other element present here is chlorine. What is the symbol? Cl. Okay, right far away. So this is the first step you have to follow. Step number 2, mention their valencies below. Mention their valencies or charges below. Okay, so below the symbol you have to mention the valencies. So how do you do? I'll write the symbol once again. NaCl, first step. So what is the second step, guys? You have to mention their valency. See, you have to remember the element's valency, isn't it? Okay, sodium, you don't need to remember individual element. Just try to remember which group, what elements are coming. Group wise valencies I gave you, no? That if you remember, it is enough. Because all the elements that is coming in group 1 will have this valency only. You will not observe hydrogen having different valency, lithium having different valency. Okay, all element which are coming in same group, no, they will have same valency. So where is our sodium coming, guys? Sodium is coming in group 1, isn't it? So what is the valency? +1. Okay, and coming to the another element, Cl. Where is this Cl? Here. Did you observe? Cl is here, 17th group. What is the valency of the elements that come in this group? -1, isn't it? -1. And here, you no need to indicate the valency with a sign. Here, you no need to consider the sign. For writing a formula, you should not consider the sign, that's it. But you must be knowing the meaning, yes or no? Plus means what? These guys are always losing 1 electron during chemical reaction. -1 means what? Those guys always gain, that is take electrons from others. How many? 1. Okay. So here you no need to indicate the sign. For writing a formula, valency is necessary, guys. But you no need to consider that sign. Only digit you consider. That is enough. Okay. Sign has no importance here for writing chemical formula. Okay. Sign has a meaning. But here we no need the meaning of the sign. So sign we have not included. Just the digit we have included. Okay. So this is your step 2. Step 1 is what? You will write the symbols of an element. Step 2 is what? You will mention the valencies below the symbol. Okay. And step 3. Step 3. Do crisscross. Do crisscross and write the formula. And write the formula. Okay. So to do the step 3, I must write step 1 and step 2 once again. I will write once again here. Okay. Say initially we have to write Na and later Cl, its valency is +1, plus you no need to consider, just a digit you consider, that is 1. Cl's valency is -1, no need to consider the sign minus, just consider the digit 1. Okay. And later, step 3 you have to do. What is step 3? Do crisscross. What do you mean by doing crisscross? Just very simple, guys. This number is there, no? This number you have to write here below the chlorine as a subscript. Yes or no? If you write below, it is called subscript. If you write up, you will call it as superscript. That idea you should have. Okay. So the valency of sodium you are mentioning with chlorine, where you will mention as a subscript. Okay. And the valency of Cl you will mention here for sodium. Okay. So this number goes here and this number goes here. So what is the formula? Na, and as a subscript what you will write? 1. Which is this one? Chlorine's valency it is. Okay. Cl, join. Write the symbols nearby. Okay. Don't give any gap. Sodium, and here you mentioned 1. Why you have mentioned 1? Because valency of Cl is 1. This number you have to write here. This number you should write here. Okay. NaCl. For Cl which number you will write? This one. What is this number actually? Valency of sodium. So Na1Cl1. Okay. Actually, when there is 1, you no need to mention. Just you can write it as NaCl. That's it. If no number is there, it is understood that there is 1. Okay. If nothing is there, it means that there is 1. So whenever 1 is there as a valency, no, 1 is there as a subscript for any element in a formula, you no need to indicate as 1. Okay. If nothing is there, it is understood that there is 1. Clear? So NaCl is the formula for sodium chloride. Okay, clear everybody? Fine. And now let me tell you why chlorine, sodium, chlorine you should have written now, because symbol Na means sodium, Cl means chlorine. So why we have written IDE is because of a rule. Okay, there is a rule in naming the compounds also. Okay, so usually NaCl, isn't it? NaCl. Here, which is a positive part and which is a negative part? See, Na has a positive charge. Yes or no? So this is a positive part and Cl is a negative part. Okay, so always in a chemical compound, the first written element is always positive, next written element is always negative. Negative in the sense it is having negative valency, negative sign containing valency. Yes or no? Okay, see, whenever you write name, no, the positive part's name should be written as it is. What is positive part here? Sodium. What is its name? Na's name is what? Sodium. So sodium you have to write as it is, guys. Okay. But the negative part's name, what is negative part? Cl. What is its name? Chlorine. Okay. You should not write it as chlorine. You should not write it as chlorine. You know, there is a rule that negative part's name should end with IDE. Negative part's name should end with IDE. Okay, so chlorine will become chloride. Okay, so whichever element has a negative valency, okay, if that element is present in a compound, then its name should end with IDE. Okay, so chlorine, if it is present in a compound, it is having negative valency, no, so its name should end with IDE. So instead of chlorine, we will write it as chloride. Similar way, sulfur, if it is there in any compound, since sulfur is also having negative valency, no, so we don't write it as sulfur, we will write it as sulfide. Okay, oxygen when it is there, oxide we will write. Fluorine when it is there, fluoride we will write. When nitrogen is there, see, nitrogen is also having negative valency only. So nitrogen's name will be nitride. Phosphorus, phosphide. Okay, got to know? But positive, guys, say sodium, positive valency, its name will remain as it is. Na, sodium, K, potassium, like that. Okay, so name also you should have an idea why actually we are writing as chloride. It is Cl means chlorine, no, its name, but we are writing chloride in a compound. Yes or no? It is because, see, it is a rule. Some scientists have framed a rules for writing names also. Okay, those rules we have to follow. So according to the rule, the negative guy's name should end with IDE whenever you write a name of a compound. Positive guy's name remain as it is. Okay, clear? So this is one basic point. Try to remember about the names. Okay, so now one example I have shown you. To write a formula, isn't it? What is the first step? You will indicate the symbols. Later, you will mention the valencies below. Third step is this valency will go here and this valency will go here. You will mention them as subscripts. Okay? And let us go for many more examples. Coming to the first example, guys. Sodium carbonate. So what is the first step? You no need to mention in the form of steps now. Just try to remember. Keep the steps in mind and slowly you do according to the steps. Okay? Fine. Sodium carbonate. First thing you will do is you will write their symbols. Sodium is Na. Okay? Carbonate is a polyatomic group. Yes or no? Carbonate means it is not C. Carbon. No. Okay? Say carbonate is not present as an element in a periodic table. You know? It is a polyatomic group. What is carbonate, guys? CO3. Okay. So whenever polyatomic group is there, try to mention in brackets so that you will not get confused. Okay. Fine. Now next step is you will mention their valencies. What is the valency of sodium? Sodium comes in group 1. What is its valency? +1. I told you not to consider a digit here, just consider only 1. Okay. And what is the valency of carbonate, guys? -2, isn't it? Just 2. Minus and all don't consider. Sign you don't consider. Okay. Just a digit you take. Carbonate valency -2. So just 2 I have taken. Next what I should do? Crisscross. Crisscross in the sense, this number I should write here as a subscript for carbonate, and this number I should write here. Yes or no? As a subscript for sodium. So what is its formula, guys? Na. What is the number you will put here? This number. Na2 bracket CO3. You are writing them near. That's it. Okay. For CO3, what is the digit you will mention as a subscript? 1. Okay. 1. Clear? And when 1 is the digit, you no need to mention. If you don't mention also, it is understood that there is 1. In case if you are getting confused initially, you can mention 1. It's your wish. Whenever 1 is there, actually you no need to mention it. Because if nothing is there, it is understood that there is 1 there. Okay? Fine. Coming to the next compound. Okay? Aluminium chloride. Just the same old story you have to follow. Aluminium, Al. Symbol Al, no? Aluminium. That's why I told you to remember the symbols of an element. Okay, that I gave you in video number 2. Some important elements and their symbols I gave you. Try to remember them. Chloride, I told you, chloride in the sense what, guys? It is just Cl. Okay, chloride means Cl, oxide means oxygen. Okay, so I told you, no, why we have written chloride here. It is a negative part, it is having a negative valency. See, chlorine. So, any element which is having a negative valency, no, in a name, you have to add that IDE at the end. The guy which is having positive valency, you will write its name as it is. See, aluminium's valency, how much? Aluminium is having +3. Positive guy. So, its name is written as it is in a name. Okay. But negative guy's name should end with IDE. Clear? Okay. So, this is only with the elements, not with the groups. Group's name is standard, guys. Hydroxide. Whenever OH is there, it is hydroxide only. Whenever CO3 is there, though they are negative, guys, you know, their names are fixed. Only for the elements I am talking. Okay, fine. Aluminium valency +3. Plus I no need to consider. Only 3 you can consider. Cl's valency -1. Just consider 1. Now do crisscross. Crisscross in the sense, this number you will write as a subscript for Cl. This number you will write as a subscript for aluminium. So what is the formula you will get? Al1 Cl3, isn't it? So whenever 1 is there, you no need to mention it. If nothing is there, it is understood that there is 1. Fine. Coming to the third example, aluminium oxide. Same story, aluminium, symbol Al. Oxide. Oxide means it is oxygen. Okay. Oxygen is a negative guy. Yes or no? Oxygen valency is -2. So whenever an element has a negative valency, its name should end with IDE, I told. We don't write it as aluminium oxygen. Okay. Aluminium is a positive guy. Its valency is +3. Isn't it? You can check it in a table. Aluminium is coming here. Valency +3. Oxygen comes in 16th group. Its valency -2. Okay. So negative guy, no. So in the name IDE. Okay. The moment you see the name, you must able to understand. Oh, oxygen is negative guy. Aluminium is positive guy. Okay. So anyway, only digits we consider from valency. We don't consider sign here. Yes or no? Now just do a crisscross. Where do you write this number? This number you will mention here. And where do you write this number? You will mention here. Okay, as a subscripts. So what is the formula you will get? Al2O3 is the formula for aluminium oxide. Okay, we will see some more examples. Coming to calcium phosphate. Okay, so how do you write, guys? Calcium symbol is what? Ca. Okay, symbols you must know. Phosphate symbol, phosphate is a polyatomic group, isn't it? That is PO4 is its symbol. PO4 is phosphate. Okay, then mention their valency. Calcium is coming in group 2, isn't it? Its valency is +2. Plus we don't need to consider, just 2 you take, digit you take. Phosphate valency, guys, -3. Minus you no need to take, just 3 you take. So what is the formula? Crisscross you have to do. This 2 you will write as a subscript for phosphate, and this 3 you will write it as a subscript for calcium. Okay, so what is the formula you will get? Ca3, bracket, inside the bracket PO4 is there, outside the bracket this 2 you have to mention as a subscript. Calcium phosphate, very important compound. Calcium phosphate is component of human teeth and bones. We all heard teeth and bones are made up of calcium, isn't it? You need to take more and more calcium every day. If you take calcium, our teeth and bones will get stronger. This is what we heard from small. So why? If you take calcium, our teeth and bone will become stronger and stronger? It is because our teeth and bones are made up of calcium phosphate. Calcium is not present in a single form. It is present in combination with phosphate. So calcium is there in the form of calcium phosphate in our tooth and bones. Yeah, fine. Barium hydroxide. Barium, where is barium? Ba is called barium. It is coming in a second group. What is its valency? 2 +2. Plus no need to consider, just consider the digit. So barium is Ba. Hydroxide, again a polyatomic group. What is its symbol? OH, isn't it? Mention it in bracket. OH. All polyatomic groups, mention it in brackets. Okay, so that you will not get confused. Barium valency 2, hydroxide valency -1, just 1, no need of sign. So this 2 goes here, this 1 goes here. So what is the formula, guys? Ba1OH twice. Okay, I told you whenever there is 1, you no need to mention, because if nothing is there, it is understood that there is 1. Ammonium carbonate. Ammonium is a polyatomic group, guys. See, ammonium is what? NH4. NH4 is ammonium. Carbonate is also a polyatomic group, yes or no? What is carbonate? CO3. Okay, 1 you mention in a bracket, other one no need of mentioning in a bracket. Okay, or if you want to mention both in a bracket, it is your wish. No issues. Ammonium valency is how much? +1. Just 1 you consider. Carbonate valency -2, no? 2. So how do you write, guys? This 2 you will write as a subscript for NH4. This 1 you will write as a subscript for CO3. So what is the formula? NH4 twice CO3. Okay, now if you want, you can mention this also in a bracket. It's your wish. Calcium oxide. Calcium symbol Ca. Oxide in the sense what, guys? Oxygen. Okay, and calcium valency 2, oxygen valency 2. This 2 goes here, this 2 goes here. So what is this formula? Ca2O2. Okay, when the digit is same, actually 2 ones are 2 ones are. The 2's will get cancelled, yes or no? So you can just write it as CaO. Okay, don't write CaO. No, you know, C capital, A small, like this. Okay, so the way you write symbol is also very, very important, guys. Keep this in mind. You shouldn't write however you want. Okay, C A, C capital, A small, you know, C A O. This is how you have to write. So whenever you have a same digit, you know, valencies, it will get cancelled. See, 2 ones are 2 ones are. So 1 1. If 1 is there, I told you not to mention. If nothing is there, it is understood that there is 1, isn't it? So CaO is calcium oxide. Very interesting. Copper chloride. Copper. Where will copper comes, you know? Copper comes here in this region. I have not, see, I didn't tell anything about this area, isn't it? So anyway, it is not essential, but few elements you have to remember. You know, copper has 2 valencies, guys. It can have a valency plus 1. It can have a valency plus 2. Okay, say whichever elements that come in this area, no, will have 2 valencies or more than 2 valencies. Okay, copper can have plus 1 valency, it can have plus 2. Means it can lose 1 electron sometimes, it can lose 2 electrons sometimes during a chemical reaction, depending on the conditions. Okay, so it can have 2 valencies. Which valency you will consider here? Copper means Cu. Chloride in the sense Cl. Now you have to consider valency for copper, no? Which one do you consider? Will you consider 1 or 2? You no need to think of. In the bracket they mentioned Roman letter 2, no? It means this is the valency of copper, guys. See how easy? They have given a valency here. Because copper has 2 valencies. And we will have a dilemma which valency to consider, yes or no? So, you know, whatever the Roman letter mentioned inside the bracket, no, it is valency. What is this? 2. So, what is copper valency here? 2. Chlorine valency 1, isn't it? So, this 2 comes here, this 1 goes here, and you know, CuCl2 is the formula. Okay, so this is how we can write the formula of a compound, and you must also know if a formula is given, how to write the name. That also we will see few examples and then wind up this session. Okay, the first compound, formulas have been given, names you have to write. See, very simple it is. Just find out the element or polyatomic group present, write its name. Okay, fine. See, this is one element, SO4. The moment you see it is a polyatomic group, they may not mention it in a bracket, but the moment you see, you should understand. Okay, this is a polyatomic group. Okay, so what is K, guys? Potassium. Name you mentioned, potassium. Since this is a polyatomic group SO4, what is its name? Sulfate, isn't it? So its name is potassium sulfate. Okay. Fine. And coming to the next compound, see, break that into 2 parts. This is one element, this is another element. Okay. And Na, sodium. Okay. These 2 and these valencies, no, it has nothing to do with in writing the names. Okay. Just you have to see what element or what group present, write its name. Okay. See, sodium. Na means sodium. And this is sulfur. And what I told you, the first written element is always positive, guys. Next written element or group is negative. It will have negative valency. Sulfur, you see, sulfur has a negative valency. Then in that case, you should not write its name as sulfur. You should end its name with IDE. Yes or no? So what is the name you will write for sulfur, guys? You will write it as sulfide. IDE you should add at the end. Don't forget. Okay, this is the first part. Is always positive. Its name you will write it as it is. The last part is always has negative valency. It will always have negative valency. So its name whenever you write, no, you should not write as it is. End, some tail you should add. What is the tail? IDE. Sulfide it is. You will not write it as sulfur. Okay. Sulfide you will write. Fine. Next compound, MgO is there. So Mg means what? Mg, magnesium. Okay, symbol and name you should know compulsorily. Magnesium. Okay, and oxygen, again what I told you, the last part of the formula is negative. It will definitely have a negative valency. If you want, you can check oxygen. Where will oxygen come? 16th group. What is its valency, guys? -2, negative valency. So whenever you write its name in a formula, tail you should add. What is the tail? IDE. So you should not write it as oxygen here. You should write it as oxide. Oxide. Okay, fine. And coming to next compound. See, this is one part, this is another part. Al, in the sense aluminium. Just name this 2, 3, nothing to do with in writing the name. Remember this. Okay. SO4, it's a group. It is not the element. Here, this was the element. This was the element. So, tail you added IDE. But for the group, no adding IDE, though it is negative. Just write its name if it is a group. SO4. What is the name of SO4? Sulfate, isn't it? So write aluminium sulfate. Okay. So this is how you have to write the names when formulas are given. This point you have to remember, when you have to add IDE, when you should not add IDE, that is important. Only if it is an element and that is having a negative valency, then IDE should be added in the name. If it is a polyatomic group with negative valency, its name you will write as it is. Okay, you should remember their formula and name. So this is all about the concept, guys, and these two are for homework. Just write their names and mention in the comment box. Okay, let me check how many of you will mention the correct names for 5th compound and 6th compound. Okay, so we'll see who will write first, who will keep the first comment. Fine. So with this, I am ending a session. So in my next video, I will come up with one more interesting basic concept. Okay, thank you so much. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel for more updates to learn it in the easiest way. Thank you.